Hello, I'm Bruce Mueller, CEO and General Manager of Wheatland Electric Cooperative, Inc., and I'd like to welcome you to the 72nd Wheatland Electric Annual Meeting. 72 years is a long time, and we want to thank you, the members, for allowing us to serve you. As we did last year, to be more transparent with our members and more convenient, we are simulcasting this year's annual meeting to Wheatland's 7 other area office locations: Harper, Scott City, Great Bend, Leota, Tribune, Syracuse, and Finney County, Garden City. I'd like to welcome those members in attendance. Normally, we focus on the accomplishments of the prior year at our annual meetings, but we would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that 2020 has been a challenging year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. While this year looks and feels different due to the precautions we are taking because of COVID-19, we at Wheatland Electric are committed to keeping everyone safe. At our co-op, safety is always our top priority, and we appreciate you bearing with us. While wearing masks may not be ideal, our goal is to protect our employees and you all as well. In addition to keeping our employees and members safe, our team did several things this spring to show our concern for the communities we serve during the pandemic. Number 1, Wheatland Electric and Wheatland Broadband suspended our disconnections for non-payment until June 1st. Wheatland Broadband increased speeds of internet to support members through coronavirus outbreak to support distance learning and working from home. Wheatland Broadband opened Wi-Fi hotspots for free public use. Number 4, Wheatland Electric encouraged members to reach out early to set up payment plans to avoid service interruption or disconnection. We offered more flexibility in these payment plans than ever before. Our consumer services representatives sent letters and made calls in the 2 weeks prior to the cutoff to make sure our members were taken care of. 5, Wheatland helped local communities through our Power On campaign. We felt it was incredibly important to stay positive during the trying time of the virus and the stay-at-home order. So we produced videos asking our employees what kept them positive. To our communities powering on, Wheatland Electric provided 700 bottles of hand cleanser to all first responders across our service territory. We also provided treats to all employees at the 7 hospitals Wheatland serves. In addition to purchasing the hospital treats from local businesses, Wheatland also provided each employee $50 in downtown chamber bucks to encourage more spending at local businesses. Lastly, we donated a total of $4,600 to all our local food banks to help with food insecurity issues during the pandemic. Number 6, when Wheatland Electric reopened all offices on June 1st, we implemented new policies and procedures. If you have been in our offices, things most likely felt different, much like they do today, but that does not change the fact that we're here to serve you. Some things you may have noticed in our offices are safety stickers on the floor to indicate a safe social distancing space between our members as they visit the office, added protective barriers between our members and front office employees, and hand sanitizer in each office lobby. Lastly, a percentage of capital credits are being retired earlier than in most years and were issued as bill credits on your August 2020 electric bills. Due to the COVID-19 and the economic impact it had for some of our members, the Wheatland Board of Trustees wanted to assist the membership by retiring capital credits early. The Wheatland Electric Board of Trustees has shown a tremendous amount of concern for the community in making this decision. Even during these unprecedented times, our trustees have shown their commitment to taking care of the membership.
Hello, my name is Rick Klaus, and I am Director of Operations for Wheatland Electric Cooperative. Wheatland Electric is a member-owned cooperative headquartered in Scott City, Kansas. Established in 1948, Wheatland now serves more than 22,000 members and maintains over 4,100 miles of distribution power lines across western and south central Kansas. Wheatland Electric has 7 district offices in the state of Kansas, 1 in Scott City, Leota, Tribune, Syracuse, Garden City, Great Bend, and Harper. Today we are going to focus on the Harper region. In 2007, Wheatland purchased territory from investor-owned utility Aquila in Great Bend and Harper, which includes service territories in Barton, Kingman, Harper, and Sumner counties. After doing a survey of the new service territory, we decided to make a promise and a commitment to improve the quality of electrical service to our new membership. Not only improve the quality of electrical service, but also allow for future growth and at the same time keep the cost of electricity affordable to our current members and any new members that want to join the Wheatland team. The improvements started with the construction of a new high-voltage transmission power line in the Harper region. From early in the year of 2014 to 2019, 72 miles of a new 138,000 volt power line was construction. This is also referred to as a 138 kV transmission system. Sunflower Electric Power Corporation was instrumental in getting the new transmission line built, plus making improvements to existing power lines and some electrical substations. Over 85,000 construction hours were logged in, and countless hours of engineering were needed to make the much needed improvements. A lot of cooperation from the landowners and the good people of the Harper District were valuable as this project moved forward. The next step was to build new distribution substations and make improvements to existing facilities. New substations were built in Conway Springs, Rago, Caldwell, and Harper. The new substations are served by the new 138 kV system, which is more reliable and provides better power quality than the old 35 kV system. The new substations are designed for future growth, better clearances, and allows for safer working conditions. What does all this mean for you, the member? The chart shows the outage minutes per member have dropped from the year 2016 to 2019. Included in this chart is weather-related outages. But when those do happen, the outages shouldn't take as long to restore with this new and improved electrical system. We are far from being done with enhancements. We have put together a long-range plan to make improvements to the Wheatland Electric system for all members. Plus, we have in place a 5-year construction work plan that allows for advancements in all district locations. Thank you for your time, and thank you for being a member of the Wheatland Electric Cooperative. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at any one of our district offices.
My name is Jevin Casselman, and I am the Director of Information Technology and Broadband for Wheatland Electric. My tenure with Wheatland started over 20 years ago, and at that time, my responsibilities were fairly simple. Back then, IT's main function was to update software and keep the company computer systems running. Since then, the technology landscape has changed drastically. Today, we must protect our systems from mitigating the occasional virus to advanced malware, phishing, and ransomware attacks. In today's world, the network and computer systems have become a must-run asset. When these systems don't work, it drastically affects the operation of our day-to-day business. As a rural electric cooperative, cybersecurity is always a major concern. Wheatland has been and will continue to be targeted by bad actors trying to gain access to our network and control the electric grid. Beyond controlling our systems, these agitators are working hard to gather useful personal and financial information that can be used to achieve their overall goals. At Wheatland, we work hard to safeguard our members' and employees' personal information through a multi-layered defense system. The first layer of protection is guarding the point of entry to our network. We utilize firewalls that not only guard the front door, but also inspect all traffic that attempts to pass through the gateway and either accepts or denies entry. These firewalls also have software that can detect advanced malware and ransomware threats and block them before they make it into the core of our systems. Once a user is allowed inside our network, there are several redundancies to protect Wheatland systems. Our network is segmented into zones that separate critical assets from the everyday traffic. These zones are divided by additional firewalls which again monitor and block unauthorized traffic. Access to the network is limited to devices that can only access authorized segments and only through a secure virtual private network connection. Our second layer of protection is done through the backing up and storage of our data. All data is backed up nightly and encrypted and is stored off-site from the main data center. In addition, core systems are backed up to tapes and stored off-site as an extra level of protection. The third level of protection focuses on the endpoints of our network. Endpoints include desktops, laptops, tablets, and cell phones. All these assets contain software that can detect and mitigate threats as they occur and block access to websites that are known for propagating threats. The software Wheatland uses is cloud-based and has access to a database of threats from all over the globe. Any device that is mobile, such as a tablet or a cell phone, contains an additional layer of protection in case a device is stolen or simply misplaced. These devices can be remotely tracked and located or wiped clean of all data should the need arise. Laptops do not have this functionality, but all data on the devices are encrypted and cannot be accessed without a sophisticated password that gets changed regularly. Even with all these layers of protection, as a company, Wheatland can still be exposed. This leads me to our last and probably our most important layer of protection, which is the end user. In today's world, cyber criminals are becoming more sophisticated. Our staff has year-round training on how to recognize these attacks, and blind tests are done to ensure that they stay vigilant and always on the watch for suspicious activity. At Wheatland, we are working hard to build a security-centered culture within our organization, and protecting our members' data and our systems is this top priority. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Conan, the Manager of Member Services and Corporate Communications at Wheatland Electric Cooperative. Today, I'd like to share more about Wheatland and what it means to be a member of a cooperative and about Wheatland's Key Accounts program. As a member of Wheatland Electric Cooperative, you're not a customer, you're a member and a key part of the co-op's success. As new challenges confront electric cooperatives, our ability to succeed depends on strong engagement with our member owners. Today, how we interact and how we engage with our members is changing. We are the direct point of contact with the member owners in the delivery of electricity and other services. In short, Wheatland seeks to improve the quality of life for our members in the communities we serve. Our commercial and industrial C&I members purchase large quantities of energy, typically for business and manufacturing operations. Wheatland's Key Accounts program is made up of not only our largest members in terms of revenue and/or load, but also members that are growing their businesses or members whose load might be at risk. Wheatland's Key Accounts are often major employers in the community and may have very sensitive equipment that requires reliable power. As such, Wheatland works to ensure that their existing service needs are met and that their future requirements are anticipated. Wheatland is working hard to understand the importance and unique challenges of serving commercial and industrial accounts. Our Key Accounts program is designed specifically to help us determine and meet the needs of our commercial and industrial accounts. Like most utilities, our customer base consists of a diverse mixture, from residential rural areas to large commercial and industrial loads. Because of this diversity, we must focus on a variety of needs among our members, since the needs of a business are much different than those of its residential counterparts. Through our Key Accounts program, we are able to work closely with commercial and industrial members to communicate issues of concern regarding areas such as reliable electric service, rate structure, energy efficiency issues, planned expansions of facilities, loan programs to fund expansions, and other internal and external issues that may affect Wheatland and our commercial accounts. The program allows us to determine our strengths and weaknesses in order to provide better service to all of our members. We realize that by building strong relationships with our commercial and industrial accounts, we are also building a stronger cooperative that can better serve our members for many years to come.
I'd like to now focus on telling the Wheatland Electric story for 2019. Last year, I reported that there was a very vocal coalition of some large industrial users that were making several claims and lobbying the legislature in Topeka, claiming major electric utility rates have risen over 70% over the last several years. I then showed you a graph that highlighted the fact that Wheatland's base rates over the last 9 years have risen slightly, but in no way have risen 70%, and that the all-in Wheatland price you paid in 2019 was 6.7% cheaper than what you paid on average in 2011. What a bargain. The cost of electricity in Kansas is much higher than surrounding states. I discussed the three components of your bill: wires, which is 40%, generation, which is 48%, and transmission, the remaining 12%. The Southwest Power Pool, SPP, controls the electric grid transmission and electricity market in Kansas. Basically, they decide on which generation plants get to send their power into the market, and at what price and over what transmission lines this electricity will flow. Because Kansas has a state law that requires that all wind generation must be utilized by SPP for their operation of the electric grid, there's been an overbuilding of wind generation in Kansas. Because of all that wind, we currently have more than 3 times the amount of wind generation needed than we have members load to utilize that wind power. Some of you might be thinking, okay, where does the rest of that wind power go? Well, it goes into expensive transmission lines that were needed and were required, mandated, to be constructed to transport that wind out of the state of Kansas. The cost to build transmission lines approaches $1 million per mile. Currently, the cost of these transmission lines is paid 2/3 by the Kansas electric ratepayers and 1/3 by the out-of-state ratepayers. This is an unfair deal, as Kansas only utilizes 1/3 of the energy produced, but must pay 2/3 of the cost to transmit it out of state. Sunflower Electric, Wheatland's wholesale power provider, is currently working with the SPP to reverse these allocations to 1/3 Kansas energy users and 2/3 out-of-state energy users. If they are successful in making the allocation change, it will save the electric ratepayers of Kansas approximately $20 million and will lower our overall statewide average cost of electricity, which will then fall in line with the surrounding states' electricity averages. Immediate 10% cut in utility rates. An arbitrary and immediate 10% rate cut makes a great headline, but not a good policy. Cooperative rates are set to recover the cost of operations plus the cost of capital. So slashing rates for one member's class would need to be matched with rate increases for other member rate classes. Once again, not good rate making or good practice. Moving forward in 2020, as a new year has started, so has the 2020 legislative session, and as always, there are challenges for the electric cooperatives at the Kansas State House. The vocal group of large industrials continued their push and were successful in causing the Kansas legislature to pass Senate Bill 69. The governor of Kansas has also proposed an executive reorganization order, moving the state energy office from the Kansas Corporation Commission to a standalone agency. Senate Bill 69 required the electric utilities, cooperatives, municipals, and investor-owned utilities to study the electric rates in Kansas and see if there are any changes that needed to be made. A firm was commissioned, London Economics Institute, to conduct the study. LEI's findings showed that retail competition was not the immediate answer and recommended the Kansas utilities needed to formulate a long-term Kansas electric plan. So what is Wheatland doing? Wheatland Electric, along with the other 27 electric cooperatives in Kansas, are working with our statewide organization, Kansas Electric Cooperatives, asking the legislature to support a collaborative and stakeholder-engaged process to develop an energy policy for Kansas. We want to work together with all the players, investor-owned utilities, municipalities, and large industrial users to begin the process for a sustainable Kansas energy policy. It will be a worthwhile investment of our efforts, as we all have the same goal: for Kansas to continue to be a great place to work, raise a family, and call our home. As you have seen, 2019 was a great year at Wheatland. We increased reliability and added processes and utilized technology that improved your member experience and protected confidential information. We continue to work with our elected officials to meet your future needs. We're able to pass along decreases in our wholesale electricity to you, the member, in your electric bills, and we paid capital credits in the amount of $1 million. This makes 3 consecutive years that we have been able to pay capital credits for a 3-year total of $3 million. As I mentioned earlier, capital credits were retired early this year due to COVID-19 and the economic impact it had for some of our members. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, Wheatland plans to retire more capital credits in December during our capital credit harvest days. This amount has been budgeted, and I say budgeted just in case we have some type of unplanned natural disaster or other financial crisis. I want to end with the fact that we could not provide you excellent consumer and member services without a great team. As you look around the room, you will notice the folks wearing purple shirts. These are Wheatland employees. They're the ones that assist you with fulfilling our vision of continuing to improve the quality of life of our members by providing services that are safe, reliable, and competitively priced, and our mission of delivering energy for life. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. They're an amazing group and a pleasure to lead. I'd also like to thank you, the membership, for allowing us to serve you. I can't end this story without a mention of safety. Here at Wheatland, we expect and require our employees to work safely. We focus on safety training daily so all our employees are ready to work each day in a safe manner. The most important thing to me is for employees to return home safely to their families and loved ones each day. Again, thank you for allowing us to serve you, the membership. We hope to see you next year, and until next time, take care.